Well, I think the deadline has long passed, but let's be honest, he fought in April, and now we're in July, and we have no idea when. So I mean, you cannot really. And I'm not a believer in deadlines. I'm a believer that once you make a decision, you go forward and you never look back. And you don't have to go and like, oh, you have another week, or this is like bullshit. These deadlines, these are self-imposed deadlines. You try to communicate. You try to find a solution, you try to find an agreement, and if you can, you move on and you never look back, okay? And, I talked to Nonito DONAIRE today, and we are getting close to that point where you move on and never look back.
Richard, boxing's always made money on ethnic rivalries, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Do you think there's real economic upside to Filipino-Japanese kind of rivalry, in LA or in the Pacific Rim?
No, I think with Nonito, you have at 118 pounds the best fighter in the world, and everybody says like Inoue, the monster. Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, he's not really. I mean, if you guys believe in monsters, then good for you, but he's not really a monster, let's face it. He's a great fighter, he's a pound-for-pound fighter, but he ain't no monster. And if there is a monster, he's as much of a monster than the other monster. So it's going to be monster against monster. It will be a monstrous night if that fight really happens, But so, I mean, experience. You're gonna look at this fight here with Pacquiao and Thurman, and you start seeing a lot of parallels between Nonito and Inoue. Experience matters in this sport. And you've seen how Nonito looked. Inoue, who has he fought? Look who he has fought. He's never even remotely closely fought somebody like Nonito. And after Inoue's last fight, Nonito called me and he was laughing. I said, what are you laughing about? He says, oh man, I saw this fight and I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what his weaknesses are and how to expose him. So, of course, we're not going to tell you what the weaknesses are, but that's what happened, right?
So that'd be part of the reason why they're not rushing too much back to you guys, just seeing what you guys do, move on, whatever, because they know who Nonito really is.
Well, they don't really know. No, it's not Inoue's people, because they are here from, Kimi and is here, and I know Mr. Honda is trying to talk to me as well. No, they like to do the fight with Nonito. Inoue is not trying to get out of the fight, and frankly, nor is Nonito. Nobody is trying to get out of the fight here. They're both ready to fight. They're both willing to put it all on the line, and they both, I'm sure, feel they want to win the fight. That's not the issue. The issue is that he cannot afford just to sit around. He fought in April, has no idea when the next fight is. I mean, come on. That's the problem. And that's the same problem he had last December when he was training before Christmas, and he was supposed to fight in January or February, and everybody was gone. And the other fighters in the tournament, like Baranchik and Regis and Taylor, they raised hell and they gave interviews and they gave all these threats and deadlines and all that shit. He didn't say a word. He was supportive. He said nice things about the World Boxing Super Series, even though he had no idea in December when he was training, when he was going to fight, because everybody went on vacation and the poor guy was training and nobody told him anything. And finally I said, stop training, enjoy the time with your family over the holidays, because it doesn't look to me like that fight, which was supposed to happen in January, is going to happen. He went through that. He didn't say a word. He didn't complain. But this time around, come on. I mean, enough is enough. It's not fair. It's not fair. You've got to be fair to the fighters.
Thank you, Richard.
All right.